All right. Welcome to a special episode of 00Lounge podcast. This is the post.
Part one.
The post. Microsoft media briefing. We're gonna talk about what we saw, what we liked, what we didn't like, all the things that happened, and hopefully get some perspective on what to expect in the next year or so on Xbox. So, Angela, I'm gonna start with you because you were the most critical. Start with what you liked as opposed to what you didn't like.
I like to look at a pirate game.
The one by Rare.
What happened?
The pirate MMO that Rare is doing?
Yeah. The new Rare game. It looks cool, but they didn't show exactly what you do in the game. So to me, it looks like, I don't know, it just looks like an adventure game, I guess, like an exploration game.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it looks like to me. It's probably, I mean, I don't know what the extent of the world is going to be, but it looks like it's probably like a series of islands you travel to on ships. You get into conflicts with other players. There seems to be like other, I don't know, pirate-esque enemies that you would fight, like sword-wielding skeletons. I don't know, probably a Kraken or two. It looks like Pirates of the Caribbean MMO pretty much.
Yeah, but I like the art style and everything. Like, the graphics are pretty good. So, overall, like, that game, like, not impressed me, but, like, that's probably the only thing that to me, that looked good throughout the whole conference.
Okay, all right. So let me just start off. Let me just apologize for some of the voice quality on this podcast. Angelo is joining me from Brooklyn via phone. So, you know, the quality is not going to be the same, and hopefully it comes out good in the end. But starting off, the big thing for me that was announced was backwards compatibility coming to Xbox One. I think some titles are available now, with other titles, I guess, being added on later. But I think that's kind of dope. I think that's much needed in the era of like remasters and all kinds of bullshit that I kept seeing, especially from last night's Bethesda joint. There were a couple of games that I guess are coming to remaster. It's good to know that this kind of like, it doesn't negate your entire library that you built up over the last couple of years. Hopefully they give us a list or the scope of how far backwards compatibility is going to go on Xbox One. But I think it definitely adds value to the console at this point. I'll start with what I liked about the press conference, everything that I saw. I mean, right off the bat, I'm looking forward to Halo. I mean, I'm kind of biased, but I mean, for me, that's been the only reason to own an Xbox for the last, I don't know how many years this console's been out, since 2001. 14 years, pretty much. I mean, that to me, that was like the big draw. What I didn't like, I didn't see enough new IP. It was a lot of rehashes, a lot of indie games, which is fine. But I don't know. So how do you feel about the early access that they announced through Xbox Games Preview?
I mean, I think it's on PC now, so that was bound to happen with the Windows 10 update.
Uh-huh.
That wasn't really, like, if they didn't have that, it would just be like, what was the point of combining, you know, when it comes to gaming in general?
Yeah.
Like, that feature, to me, that feature was coming regardless. But to have people like Kickstarter and all that to like help on Kickstarter and get early previews of games and then, you know, buy in advance.
Yeah.
I don't even believe in that now. So like, that just, I really don't care about that too much.
All right, rewind just to go back to yesterday. Did you watch any of the Bethesda?
I thought all the conferences were today. I didn't know Bethesda was yesterday. So I watched the Fallout 4 video this morning.
Yeah.
After I found out that it was, you know, already happened.
All right, so let's talk about Fallout 4 briefly. From what I saw, it looks like a pretty dope game. I know some people online had some reservations about graphic fidelity or whatever.
I definitely do. Playing some of like that, the physics engines, like how the facial expressions when they talk and everything and move, like the interaction with the environment is great. But the graphics look like Fallout 3. Like it looks like they used the same engine, just modified like the physics part of it.
I mean, that's pretty much what all games do at this point. It's just modified versions of the same game engine. I mean, Call of Duty has been on the same engine since what, 1, 2?
Yeah, but as it terms, but like that's what I'm saying. But if it's a next gen only game, then it honestly should look a little better than that.
Yeah, I mean, but again, like going into like when these consoles were initially designed, they were using old chipsets to begin with. So they're definitely not going to be on par with PC, which is proven itself as to be if you want those enhanced graphics and all those volumetric lighting and all those enhanced features, you're gonna have to go to PC because that's where you're gonna see it. Consoles are underpowered at this point.
No, I completely agree. But that version that they showed you, I'm pretty sure it was the PC version.
It very well could be. But
if that was the PC version, then they really need to do something with that graphic.
Yeah, but on the bright side of the PC version is that they'll issue a patch and the graphics will look spectacular. On the console side, there's not very much they could do to push that hardware wise. But on the bright side, it is coming out this year, so this adds to the list of games that are actually coming out this year, which I'm excited about because
very true.
It was looking kind of bleak,
November 10th, right? I think.
November 10th. They did announce there's a iPhone app that came out last night as well. It's like a shelter. I don't know. It's like a.
I don't think many people really care about that.
Yeah, it's like it's like a strategy game where you manage the resources inside of a vault. Like I don't really care about that. The Pip-Boy iOS app I thought was kind of cool. The limited edition or collector's edition comes with like an actual Pip-Boy you could put your phone into and I guess manage your stats through the second screen experience app, which is a debatable experience, for some people.
Yep.
But overall, I didn't care about the crafting stuff, like the building of towns and settlements and stuff like that. I know some people, care about that. But I'm excited to see what world they built this time around. I'm a big universe kind of guy. So if I'm seeing somebody, seeing a company put together a world on the scope of a Fallout game, like I'm all with it. Like I want to find out what's going on. I want to see what's what kind of what the world inhabitants are. So I'm with Fallout. I love Fallout 3. Now I can play it again on Xbox 360. It makes it easier to go back to. I mean, game saves, there's a question of, how backwards compatible is it as far as game saves?
But I heard every Fallout 4 is going to come out with Fallout 3 anyway.
Really? I didn't hear that.
I just looked it up. I just saw it online.
So it's going to come out along with Fallout 4?
No, it's going to come. From what I read online, it says it's going to come out with a copy. Fallout 4 is going to be packaged with Fallout 3. That's what I heard.
Well, okay, so let's fact check that, and then we'll come back to that.
Definitely, but I just looked it up right before you called me. I was like, what?
Okay.
It confused me too.
All right, so let's move on back to the Xbox media briefing. The Elite controller, which at this point they coming out with a controller, with the 3.5 millimeter jack. Coming into E3, I guess June 16th. They're gonna tomorrow. They're gonna release the new version of the 1 terabyte console along with the 3.5 millimeter jack included in the controllers now, and then they're coming out with another modular Elite controller sometime this holiday season. I think it's a cool concept, but how much is this thing gonna cost? And do I really need it? Is it just like another cash grab to improve the controller?
It's probably $59.99, bro.
Yeah, it better be. But like looking at PlayStation's DualShock, they made a hell of a controller to challenge Xbox.
Yeah, but that's my whole thing. Like Xbox is supposed to have the greatest controller. They're coming out with new controllers every year now. Like,
I welcome that. I welcome hardware improvements. Like they do need to improve that controller. I think that controller. It definitely.
It feels cheap, honestly. Like it feels cheap.
No, it doesn't feel cheap to me. Like it feels like a premium made like piece of equipment, but it just feels like design wise and ergonomics, it just feels like a step back.
How do you like that new D-pad though?
It looks weird. Like I'd have to try it out, but I
text you that same thing when I saw it. I was like, that shit looks weird.
It looks like a satellite dish almost.
The thumb pad is just like your whole thumb fits in the pad.
It looks like a thumb joystick though. Like the way,
yeah. It is weird. It looks weird.
Yeah, but
it's like really good for like fighting games, you know, like to do a Hadouken and stuff.
Yeah.
But like the circular motion might work well.
Yeah.
Compared to that click control, because they control it like clicks when you, like the D-pad clicks, like when you do things like that. I guess, like you said, like when we talked about it, people wanted that feature because it felt like they needed a response to it.
Yeah.
But to me, if that part feels, that's what I'm saying about the controller, like it feels cheap, like it feels so stiff. And then it clicks like it was rubbing up against like other materials in the controller. Like the PlayStation D-pad is so smooth.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it has that audible click. I guess it was like, design wise, it was supposed to like give players a certain satisfaction that they're actually doing something. You know, and they said they research tested it, they field tested it to see, you know, if they get a better, you know, play experience. Especially with like, you know, Evo fighters and, you know, Street Fighter fighting game fanatics.
That's the thing. They ain't gonna have no Evo fighters, bro. They ain't gonna have no Street Fighters.
Well, now that Sony locked up the next version of Street Fighter. But, you know, Killer Instinct is still a pretty viable option for them. And maybe some Mortal Kombat. Yeah, I think so. I think technically it's one of those games that fighting people really appreciate. As far as I understand. I mean, I could be wrong.
Yeah, I don't know, because I don't even know many people that play Killer Instinct. I think I know one person.
Yeah, I mean, did you watch, you know, switching gears again, because we didn't talk about it yesterday, Nintendo World Championship. Dude from New York won, John Numbers. I mean, I watched.
This was tomorrow.
Nah, this was the Nintendo World Championship 2015.
And the one where they had Ryu and Smash Brothers?
Yo, that dream was, it was crazy. Like, I appreciate, like, I watched it with my son yesterday. Like, we had a blast watching the whole thing, and the last stage, which was between, I guess, John Numbers and some other guy. I think his name was Cosmo. They were the last two. They did Super Mario Maker. Yo, I'm sold on this game. Like, I was. You remember, I doubted that whole game. I was like, I don't want to play that bullshit. But seeing it, like, you gotta catch the replay of the last stage between those two. Like, it's just like,
I'll probably gonna watch it because I didn't even know what happened.
The game looks dope. Like, it's super challenging. Like if you're hardcore, like you thought old Mario was challenging, you gotta watch it.
This was the Smash Brothers event, right?
Well, they did a couple rounds of Smash Brothers. Reggie Fils-Aimé got murked by some guy named Hungry Box.
Reggie's always getting smoked in Smash Brothers. So that's why
he was shit talking last time, but he got royally spanked this time. And then the dude that beat him, Hungry Box, was not letting it go. Like, he was not gracious at all, and embarrassed him on stage as well. But going back to the Xbox thing, there was just quickly going through. I'm just going to see what your thoughts are. There was an Xbox exclusive called Recore, which, I mean, it looks like a cartoony platformer. It was okay. Fallout 4 gets PC mod support. Plants vs. Zombies 2, I don't think anybody cares about.
Nope, not really.
Forza 6, which they showed the new Ford GT.
So if you actually looked at the Forza event, right?
Yeah.
The in-game graphics. If you actually watch it, like go back and look at it, they showed like maybe like 6 seconds of actual in-game. It didn't look that good. Like when they showed the car from the side and stuff, like in the I guess a CC car look, it looked fine. But then if you actually look at the in-game, it really didn't look that impressive. I mean,
again, like how did you watch it? Did you watch it through Spike? Did you watch it through console, or how did you watch it?
I watched it. It's funny. I watched it on my PS4.
I mean, yeah, like the streams are always iffy, so you can't really judge graphics on something you saw through.
Yeah, I'm not even talking about like, all right, as in terms of like visual effects, I'm not even talking about that. Like I looked at stuff specific to Forza because Forza 5 had the most disgusting background I think I've ever seen in a race car game.
I don't know. I thought it was pretty. I thought it was pretty.
With the paper cutout people in Forza 5, remember that paper cutout, bro?
I mean, as a racing game, why would you put that much effort into something that people were probably going to look? Something that people are probably going to look at for only 2 seconds. Like, I mean, it kind of makes sense to just not divert, especially like on a launch game that you would, divert that kind of resources into.
That's why I was looking at the backgrounds and stuff. Like, I was looking at the overall package, especially when the guy came on stage and said, this is the most beautiful Forza we ever created. I'm just looking at it like, yo, Forza Horizon 2 kind of look better than that.
I mean, racing games, like they're easy to make look pretty because there isn't much that you put all the polygons into the cars. That's the draw. And to me, they had some beautiful looking cars. Going on to Dark Souls 3, which they didn't really show much. It was like a CG trailer. Are you looking forward to Dark Souls 3?
Well, I'm a From Software fan anyway. I'm just surprised Microsoft paid to have that at their conference.
Yeah. All right, yo.
Something about Bloodborne, since
we were just talking about Dark Souls. Also, The Division. They did a trailer and also announced a Xbox only beta in December. And also Rainbow Six Siege comes with 2 free games. I guess it's Rainbow Six.
Vegas and Vegas 2.
Vegas and Vegas 2. Okay. Which is, I think that's kind of cool value add to that game. Not that it needed it because people are all over that game, but
that's probably only going to be the Xbox One version too because it's got that new backwards compatibility thing. And I think that's why they're like doing it.
Yeah,
but it's not even like anybody's going to be playing those games anyway.
Actually, they're going to be playing Siege. That's just a value add. I don't know why they don't do that more. Also, there was a Windows 10 Xbox exclusive Gigantic, which looks cartoony. It's like a cartoony shooter type game. I don't think I'm gonna, pick that up.
Was that an indie game?
No, it wasn't an indie game. This is I think it's made by Microsoft Studios. It's called Gigantic.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. Okay, I know what you're sorry.
Yeah, and then on to indies. After there was an indie montage, so they're taking a note out of Sony's playbook, push the indies.
Honestly, I think they had more new indies at that event than actual new IPs.
Yeah, they had too many indies to pay attention to, so I only paid attention to the ones they actually gave special attention to, which is Tacoma from the Gone Home dev. That I guess that space mystery game. I think I might have gotten the name wrong here. Asher.
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
That was the one where it was like the two people, the stylized people in a cave, and the one guy bends down to check out a skeleton, and it
and he gets stabbed in his chest?
Yeah, it shanks him. Beyond Eyes, which is like some kind of, I don't know, it's a high concept game.
The only indie game that honestly looked actually fun out of that whole conference was the Teacup one.
The Cuphead?
Yeah, Cuphead.
Yo, the graphics, like I guess the dude said he wanted it to be, like a early 1920s like Mickey Mouse cartoon with 16-bit style platformer. Then they went on to talk about Xbox. The guy from ID at Xbox went to talk about Xbox Games Preview, the early access program on Xbox. Daisy was announced as well. Daisy is big on PC, and they announced.
I didn't catch it. I don't know if they said Daisy was exclusive or the next IP from those guys are exclusive.
I mean, I don't know. It may be console exclusive, but that might be a time thing. Who knows? Like people say exclusive, and I'm like, all right, my eyes roll because later you find out.
Microsoft kept saying that at their conference about the Tomb Raider, but then they keep mentioning holiday 2015.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
they're very weird with their marketing tactics, and they lie a lot. So.
Nah, but marketing is everybody has a marketing department, so everybody lies pretty much in business.
Yeah, but like I said, they mentioned Tomb Raider exclusive, and that's the only game on the whole lineup that they mentioned 2015.
Yeah, I mean it's coming out this year, so.
No, but it's like it's the way to use it. Like they go exclusive.
No, but we both know it's timed, so it doesn't even matter.
Nah, I know, but I'm just saying that's the kind of factor they use. That's why I didn't realize like how they was doing DayZ. You understand? Like when they mentioned it, I could have sworn they said exclusive.
Yeah.
And then they bring up the next IP right after that. So.
All right. DayZ Dev went to announce Ion, which I guess it's like a space MMO type game. The trailer didn't really get into specifics, but it looks like you might be one spaceman amongst 1,000 other spacemen in space doing space stuff. Then they went on to Rise of the Tomb Raider gameplay trailer. which, I mean, I guess in all like, you know, exploration Uncharted type games, there's always like a, you know, like you're scaling a mountain and in the mountain there's an avalanche. It seemed very, you know, those type of games and movie cliched. You know, snow effects look nice. Other than that, you know.
But you know what? Honestly, like, I'm going to be real honest with you. Now, that game's supposed to be the Uncharted contender, right?
Yeah.
And it does not look as good.
I mean, Uncharted is hard to beat. You know, like it's a first party game. They get all the tools and resources. I mean, you know, Uncharted historically has always been a very pretty game. So, it's also always been a historically easy game because all you're doing is shooting and pressing X button for the most part, with some mild puzzle solving. So I don't know. Rare made a rare appearance with I guess the Rare Replay. I call it Rare Mastered Games.
That little bundle.
Yeah.
Microsoft was building a new Battletoads and Perfect Dark and everything, and all they did was give you a bunch of classics, not even remaster them for one game.
Yeah. I mean, it's a compilation pretty much. I mean, you
could tell all the fans are pretty like.
They were like, yeah, all right. Noticeably missing was GoldenEye. Like, to me, that's Rare's best game. Like, you know, you can say Banjo-Kazooie or whatever. But to me, that was like...
I'm not sure. Are they even allowed to put GoldenEye in that collection?
They can't. But, you know, that's my point. That's my point. Like, if you didn't have GoldenEye, like, what was the point? Let me see. But that's when they also announced that pirate MMO, Sea of Thieves, which also, you know, looks...
Well, they didn't really call it MMO. They just said it was a shared world. So it might be limited to how many people...
he said MMO.
Really? I heard him say shared world.
I mean, I remember him saying MMO and shared world, so and that's pretty much what it means, right? Like massively multiplayer online game, as far as you know.
No, I think about it different. Like a shared world would be like Destiny. You know, Destiny has like 10 players maximum. MMO is like hundreds of thousands of people. I mean, so
it's multi means more than what? 3? More than 2?
Well, according to me, multi-massive. See. Massively multiplayer. You understand? Massive. It's got to have a massive amount of people.
All right, granted. Fable Legends, nobody cares about it.
Yeah, I mentioned that to you with the text. Like, I'm like, why are we still seeing Fable Legends 3 years later, E3?
Yeah. They went on to talk about Microsoft's partnership with Windows 10 and Valve VR, Vive. Also, the Oculus Rift announcement.
Now, let me ask you a question. How do you feel about that announcement?
I mean, it's fine that Windows is getting support, but I mean, that kind of just makes sense being that Windows is the largest PC platform on the planet, so.
No, but I don't mean in terms of that. I mean in terms of like, all right, now you announced the Xbox One controller being compatible with Oculus.
Being included with Oculus, yeah.
Yeah, but you don't mention that Oculus is compatible with Xbox One.
Because it was about Windows. Like Oculus is a Windows platform, and Windows is Microsoft's biggest platform. So, I mean, they don't necessarily. I mean, it would.
Just that partnership doesn't extend to Xbox One having VR technology.
Probably not. I mean, if it would, they would say it. But they don't even say HoloLens extends to Xbox One. It's always been focused on Windows 10 primarily.
Yeah, PC. I know that's kind of what I'm saying. Like, is Microsoft actually going to be able to compete in this new age of gaming? Is what I'm wondering, because if VR takes off, they're going to be left in the dust.
I mean, not really, because again, it's primarily run on Windows. Like both Vive and Oculus is running on Windows. So if PC is the primary focus for those two companies, then they win either way. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but they're not going to win in the console market.
Probably not, but, you know, they're not even in it. So until they announce something specific to Xbox One, then, you know, they've conceded it pretty much.
I don't know, but we'll see, because Sony's supposed to dedicate, I don't know, from what I read, like almost half of their conference.
Yeah, that's what I heard. But again, like, on console, they're pushing it big. I mean, I hope they pull it off. You know, like the games have to be there, and then depending on how
I'm gonna put it into perspective right here. If that becomes big on console, it's not gonna be big on PC, considering that Oculus costs $800.
Not true, because again, like we've had this discussion before, people drop that on graphics cards all the time. Like it's not even a game.
But they don't drop it on peripherals.
I mean, if it enhances it, they drop that much on monitors. I know that much. So if this adds to immersion, like in a shooter or any kind of like, you know, space, like EVE Online, people are going to snap that up. Like it's all about, for PC gamers, is a different breed of like, you know, technicality as far as like the hardware involved. Like you want the most immersion, you want precision, you want graphical fidelity, and you know.
But you're right. But there's also a reason why software sells better on console.
I mean, again, like it's a different type of consumer who has a different focus. Like the PC gamer that they're targeting wants the best graphics chip in their.
But that's not a lot of PC gamers.
It may very well might not be, but they're gonna sell enough of these things. You understand what I'm saying? To where it offsets. And remember, PC hardware sells more than console hardware as far as, you know, annual sales.
But PC, as in terms of gaming, it doesn't. Like.
No, because you know, with Steam and pirating, I mean that's the greatest concern. But you know, as far as hardware's not hurting. Like you can't pirate hardware.
Really, of course not.
So
the Oculus is only made like solely for gaming. So unless gaming PC is where console gaming is at, then I really don't see it taking off, especially at $800 price point, bro. Not necessarily. PC is still its own thing. You understand? Like. At this point now, consoles are kind of emulating what PCs is doing, especially with the success of all the indie games. Like indie games were really blowing up on PC first, and basically consoles have been getting rehashed. And even with some of the main like multiplayer shooters, like those are coming, you know, best features on PC before they even touch consoles. Like it's a different world now. Right. But see, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like PC may get stuff first, and they may start trends. But ultimately, it's consoles that make these developers money.
Well, that might be as far as software sells, yeah. But again, remember PC. Remember on PC, like the threshold for making back that money is less. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to a console game and hardware manufacturer, like they worry about. Software sells so much on console because that's what makes the money back. On PC, you already paid for your hardware up front. Like no one subsidized the cost of your hardware. Different. It's a different focus for a different customer. And I'm telling you, like these PC people, like they're already hyped on Oculus already. You know, so. You know, it's only a matter like Sony has a harder job. Sony has a harder job than Oculus does. I'm sorry.
Like I said, only time will tell.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're launching around the same time, so we'll see about sales numbers. Which one's more?
Yeah. I'll skip the HoloLens and Minecraft because we already we've talked about that other times. But the Coalition, which is formerly known as Black Tusk.
Black Tusk, yeah. Gears of War 4?
Gears of War Ultimate Edition, which I guess includes all 3 gears. And then
I think it's just the first one.
Nah, it's all 3. Ultimate Edition.
Are you sure? I swear they said it was just Gears of War 1.
Nah, I believe it's all 3. It was.
They said the original Gears of War. I swear that's what they said.
I thought it was leaked yesterday that hold on, let me see right here. Where is it?
You need to look that up, bro. I think it's only the first one.
Hold on one second. Well, Gears 4, which I mean,
if it was, it would be called the Marcus Phoenix Collection, but it's not.
Nah, it's not called Marcus Phoenix Collection.
That's what I'm saying. It's not called the Marcus Phoenix Collection. It's not a collection of games. It's just the Ultimate Edition.
Hold on one second. No, confirms rumors of re-releases on the way. Over the weekend, Gears Ultimate Edition will feature additional hold on one second. Additional gameplay features from. It's all 3. I'm telling you.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
If it says gameplay features from all 3, then it's not all 3 because it doesn't mention story of all 3.
Okay, hold on one second. Who's confirmed?
It seems that they
Open additional feature, additional content that was only available on the game's original PC release. Additional features from Gears 3 will be applied to the remastered game, and characters from later games into the series. I guess it's just a remaster of one. That's whack.
See, it's whack.
That's whack.
It was a waste of time for them.
It better be dumb cheap.
And then on top of it, honestly, so what did you think about Gears 4?
I wasn't impressed at all.
It looks like Gears 3 from Xbox 360. And actually, it doesn't even look as detailed as Gears 3. Like, if you look at Martin Phoenix's face, and then you look at, I think they named him JD. I think that was the name I heard. Like,
yeah.
If you look at his face, like, they went with a more subtle art style, it looks like.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it didn't look that impressive. Didn't look that impressive. All right, so I mean, they said they were going to announce more stuff over the next couple of days, so hopefully there's something that's that's mind blowing. But to me, like,
I'm pretty sure all of their big stuff was at the event.
Phil said at the end that there would be some unannounced stuff coming over the next couple of days, so we'll see. But my takeaway from this is Halo 4, Halo 5, and the backwards compatibility. Like, those are, to me, like, my takeaways from the whole entire thing. The Division definitely looked dumbed down.
I wrote that over text messages too, and that was just the CG screen that looked dumbed down. What's the end game going to look like now?
I mean, the UB's been careful about showing. I mean, it looks like they've been more careful about showing pretty games, and then like the end result being like what happened with Watch Dogs and Assassin's Creed or whatever. So, I mean, I think
that's all Ubisoft's MO, right?
Yeah, I think
we'll show you the greatest PC version we have, and then we'll give you the Xbox One version that look like shit.
Yeah,
like, that's just what they do. That's Ubisoft.
Well, now it looks like they're being a little bit more careful.
It's too late because we already saw the version look like last year. Right?
Yeah. So I mean,
it's too late. They should have been like, well, this is a revised version. You know what I'm saying? They should have got off stage and they should have apologized to people, because right now, like, that CG screen for the Division, y'all swear to God, like, I thought I had a bad video feed, but I was just like, wow, this does not look like what it looked like last year.
All right, yeah. So, wrapping up, not that impressed, but there were some welcome surprises this year from Xbox. And, I mean, going first is always difficult because the other guy, as we've seen in past E3s, can just come and pull the goddamn rug from right under you.
You talking about the price point?
Yo, I mean, it's going to be interesting tonight when Sony does their thing to see, what they have in store. Because
I got one more thing, Doc. I got one more thing before we wrap this up, though.
What's up?
How do you feel about that little jab that Microsoft threw at Sony?
Which one? I didn't catch it.
The one about, we won't charge you to play games you already have.
I mean, I think it's valid. I mean, it wasn't like a mic drop moment, like trading games. Like
everybody thinks it was a jab because they're bringing backwards compatibility, but Sony got PlayStation Now. But I think what a lot of people fail to realize is that PlayStation Now is not meant for the people who own PS3 games. Like, you can have a TV and a PS3 controller and play PlayStation Now. You can't do that with the backwards compatibility on Xbox One. So people fail to realize.
No, I'm sorry. I'm lost. What you
all right, look. Microsoft said, Phil Spencer said, we're not going to charge you to play games that you already own. Meaning that if you have the disc from the Xbox 360 version, you can play it on the Xbox One.
I got that.
Right? Even though it doesn't account to every game, so I don't know why people were so hyping this up. But PlayStation Now, like, everybody was comparing it to PlayStation Now when I looked up online.
Yeah.
Saying, Microsoft just, like, Phil Spencer just dropped the mic, like you said. I think that's their exact words, too.
Yeah.
So, it's just going to smash PlayStation Now, but how is it going to smash a service that you can play without actually having a console in front of you?
I mean, that's cool, but again, like, you have to have certain TVs with that. Like, there's certain limitations to the PlayStation Now. So I kind of see their point on that. Like, you have to either have a PlayStation 4, you have to have either a PlayStation 3 to play now, or you have to have like a Sony TV or an authorized Samsung TV that plays it.
They're adding more TVs as we go. Like, they just recently added one. You'll see it probably at the Sony event tonight. I just seen it like a couple days ago.
I mean, that's cool, But again, you still have to go out and buy a television that has it. Like, it's like if you have an old, like my Samsung now, I can't play PlayStation Now on it. But I kind of see that point because it's still a subscription service, and to me, like it's still kind of overpriced. Like, I mean, it is. So if I already paid for the game, like they kind of got a one up on it backwards compatible. I don't got to do anything. I just got to run the update and then put the disc in there.
Run because that game that you have in your thing might not be compatible for another 6 years.
Maybe, but we'll again until they release a list of games that are compatible, we'll see. But as of this point, if it works the way it's supposed to work and it doesn't have glitches and you don't have to be online to authenticate or anything like that, then as far as I'm concerned, it's a better value than now. I'm sorry.
No, it is, but again, you can play PlayStation Now on your Vita,
which I wouldn't want to do. I wouldn't want to do.
I'm just saying, the fact is the option is there.
Yeah, I guess, but again, like, whatever. I guess it all depends on what you value and what you deem as useful to you. And I think,
and my whole thing is like me, backwards compatibility to me, it don't matter. One, if you have games that you run, you don't sell your old console.
I mean, that feature to me speaks to people who haven't upgraded yet, that they can upgrade in comfort, knowing that they can just trade in their console. If they trade and then just keep all their games.
It finally means Xbox has finally thrown 360 out the window.
That's fine. I mean, I think they should have been did that.
And again, like I said, I mean, to the Xbox fans, that's all fine and dandy, but there's not really any 360 games that are worth playing on Xbox One. It all depends
on how you play and what you're playing currently. So you can't. You say that for you, but for other people, there might be a game that they still want to play.
If they did that before they announced the Halo Master Chief Collection, that would be fine. But for the fact that all their top games got remastered already, it's okay.
I don't know about that, but I mean, I don't think there's still a lot of games that didn't get remastered. So,
like, what like Xbox IPs, like if you can name one off the top of your head that didn't get remastered, that would actually be worth like the backwards compatibility update.
I don't know what you mean. I mean, if I narrow it to specifically Microsoft properties, probably not that many. But remember, 360 was the primary platform. So as long as they keep that in mind when they're converting them, making these games backwards compatible, then they should be fine. Because there are a lot of games that came out last gen that people either didn't play or they still want to play or want to have access to when they move over to the new console. So from my perspective, it's a good move on their part. And again, waiting to see what Sony is going to do later on tonight is a different story. So hopefully, there isn't another mic drop. Hopefully for Microsoft, there isn't another mic drop situation, tonight. So we'll see.
Did you notice anything missing from Microsoft's conference?
Connect was MIA, DOA. I think Connect is dead at this point.
Yeah, no, Connect was finished last year. What I'm talking about is software. Did you notice that there was no Call of Duty at Microsoft's conference?
There wasn't, nope.
Which we could probably sort of see that it's probably going to be a Sony's conference.
Is Activision doing their own thing? Is Activision doing their own show?
Not that I know of.
Okay. Yeah, that was strangely telling that there was no Call of Duty.
Microsoft just lost all marketing rights to Call of Duty.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe they'll do it tomorrow. I mean, but then again, Call of Duty kind of had their own coming out party, like elsewhere. So it's like, why devote more time to that when everybody's already seen it?
Well,
it makes sense. That never
stopped them before.
I don't know if a Call of Duty has been shown as early as it did this year.
Yeah, Black Ops 2. I remember we know about it like 5 months in advance.
I don't know. I don't remember. But again, I could be wrong. But anyway, wrapping up. It's been this is the first day pre E3. Microsoft's presser happened today. And we'll be back again later tonight. I think it's like 9:30 tonight.
We're gonna do it live, I guess, because it's gonna end pretty late, probably around 11 our time.
Yeah. So we'll do it live. Thanks for joining us on the first 00Lounge E3 press coverage post Xbox media briefing coverage. And check the site 00Lounge.com. Check our Twitter at 00Lounge. We'll be tweeting stuff out as things happen all day. and also posting as things are announced all day today and throughout the entire E3 2015. This is Malik Banks, one of your hosts, and I'm here with Angelo Green.
Over the phone?
Yep. And this has been another one, and we're out.